A free brand new epic for us to pick up. Let's check it out. How's it going, guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Trax2Max and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we're on the only Voids account. It's been a while since we've been on this account. The last time I believe we picked up Lydia, which now is up and running. We actually got our masteries done. We booked her out, so she is ready to rock. I did have a composition built for her to try a 2-for-1 clan boss team, and I have been working on that during, well, in between the HH challenge, my main account. I've been trying to do that, and the other champions that I used are not in their builds right now, so I can't really show that, but I can show you the team and explain to you what it basically does and why it's not working right now. Stop right there, click the link in the description right now to get a free legendary Karato and 4 amazing epics as you level up. Here are the exact steps you need to take. Step 1. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. If you've never had Raid installed on your mobile phone before, the link will work there too. Step 2. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Here we go. You'll find Karato here, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. This is an amazing account start in Raid, so click on my link right now and follow the steps. So, Ultra Nightmare team setup. So this is our team that we're using currently, right? The unkillable team. It still works, it's still a 2-key, but this was the team that I built to try and get more damage, basically, because right now the maximum that we've been able to do is somewhere around 53 million on a good run, and to be able to do a 1-key, obviously we need more than 70 million, right? So I was thinking a 2-for-1 team might do the trick there, and with Santa involved, I thought, you know, maybe we could do some kind of speed team or something, I don't know, with a 2-for-1. Now the issue here is that, of course, these are not the, don't pay attention to the stats, because these aren't the stats. This is just a team, because they have different setup, and I can't really do that right now because it would cost us too much silver. But I want to explain that what happens is I put this guy in the lead, right, the Akemptum, because we do need the speed aura to make this happen, but we also kind of want him to be the stun target. And the problem is that at a certain point early on in the run, actually, he will have a unkillable buff, and it will fall off of one of the other champions. And so when the clan boss decides, who am I going to try and stun, he's not going to go for a Kempton because he still has that buff on him, right? And he'll go for either Warcaster, Lydia, or Sir Nick. And those are like exactly the 3 that you don't want to be stunned. Diana doesn't matter, and a Kempton doesn't matter if they get stunned. But if these 3 get stunned, well, the whole tune basically falls apart, and, well, that's where we're having issues right now. I say that all to say that the dude that we are getting from, or not getting, we're able to pick up from this Yuzan seems to be really good, and maybe could be the option to make sure that a speed tune such as the one I just showed you actually keeps working, right? Why is that? Well, this guy removes 1 random debuff from all allies and heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP. We don't care about that. Places a block debuffs buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 6-turn cooldown. Books down to a 4-turn cooldown. Now, typically a 4-turn cooldown is pretty annoying because that means you need to run your champions at, or at least this champion, at a 4-3 ratio. It's possible that that is an option, but it's also possible that we could actually have this guy also just run at a 2-2 ratio, but we don't book his A3. Actually, we probably don't book any of his skills so that we are sure that this is actually unbooked, right? Since if this was on a 6-turn cooldown and he's running at a 2-2 or a 2-1 ratio rather, that means that he will only get this once in the cycle of a clan boss run, right? So not in the first AoE, not in the second, but in the third on the stun target. That's when he could put this up, and possibly could actually even get it so that he removes the debuff, so make it spirit affinity friendly, and put this block debuff up. But I'm not completely sure about that. It's possible we would still need a buff extender for that to work, and well, I don't really see how we have the room for that in our current composition. It's also just possible that we need to do a different composition. That's also a possibility. But this guy, I think there's potential here, especially because, well, we could either go 4:3 ratio, right? Or we could try the 2:1 ratio with him being unbooked. And the rest of his kit, I'm pretty sure doesn't do that much. Transfers a random debuff from this champion. I guess that could like throw poisons back or something. That's fine, right? And has a chance of removing 2 random buffs from all enemies. That is, for clan boss, doesn't really matter either. His passive is also just healing, so yeah, it would come down to just this, really. This and a bit of throwing poisons back would be my idea for this guy. Yeah, but the fact that we can actually pick up a couple of these means we can actually mess around with it a little bit too, right? So that's pretty nice, actually, that we get a champion, or we can obtain a champion that has the block debuffs buff for 2 turns. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to show you guys today. Other than that, the account has just kind of been, you know, not doing much during the HH challenge, but because that is now over, we're back to actually working on this account. And yeah, we went ahead, booked out Khan during CVC, so he's got some love as well. I was also thinking that maybe I don't need to go unkillable, actually. Maybe I could build something with a Khan, because he does have a very strong shield here. I'm not completely sure, actually it's this one. I'm not completely sure how strong this shield is, but it's possible that there's something there where we can do something similar as the 3 composition, right? But I'm not sure yet. The runs that I've tried, so the team that I tried for clan boss, let me show you guys here. This one, so this one, as I said, would usually end up with either Lydia, Cernic, or Warcaster getting stunned. Even though I even gave them like the specific mastery here, the steadfast mastery. All 3 of them have that mastery now. And even with that, they were still getting the stuns. So it's really just a matter of the buffs staying on the right targets at the right time. And currently with that composition, that's not working out. So we also still have Lady Noelle. So obviously we could try and figure something out with these 2 and Lady Noelle. But I just really want to try and get Lydia in there, because this move right here, attacks all enemies and 100% chance of decreased defense and weaken and increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns. That's just really nutty, man. I actually did a composition just for fun to see what they would do. I threw in Mithrala, I threw in Volt, Lydia, Godseeker, and I believe it was Diana, and threw them into Ultra Nightmare. I think it was Force Affinity, but that shouldn't matter too much. And they did 30 million just right off the bat. No speed tunes, nothing like that. Just them in the composition together and see what they would do. So that was pretty cool to see, actually. That means that there's probably some potential just throwing Lydia in there somewhere. The combination Lydia with Turvold is just insane. The amount of damage this guy does is insane. Yeah, here, this Juggernaut, right? Damage increases according to the number of buffs on this champion. So Lydia helps with that, obviously, since she does strengthen and speed up. He just puts out ridiculous damage with this A3. A couple of times I've seen him do over 500,000 with his A3. So yeah, a lot of damage, right? And he's not even, like, I wouldn't say he's built that great, right? As you can see, 5-star gear and some blue gear and stuff like that. So it's not like he has the craziest gear in the world. So definitely some potential there for sure. And yeah, even if we would just be able to farm some better gear for him, maybe we could push up the numbers that way as well, right? To work towards that 1 key. But yeah, that's one of the things that I've been wanting to do on this account for a long time. It just makes taking care of multiple accounts a lot easier when you don't have to sit and wait for your clan boss keys to run, right? And since we got Lydia, which was one of my previous goals, the only other goal that I still need to accomplish is this whole screen needs to be 60 and void champions, obviously. So we're not quite there yet. I mean, like 22 more 6 stars, I guess. So in terms of months, that is probably still 4, 5, 6 months, depending on how much I want to actually farm campaign, right? Let me tell you, after doing the HH challenge, that is not a lot that I want to do, but I do have to do some actually right now for the champion training that's going on. So after this video, I'm going to start doing that ASAP. But yeah, that was basically it, guys. A quick video. I just wanted to point out that, you know, this guy right here, if you're actually doing the only voids, but you probably figured that out already, that you should probably pick at least one of these guys up. This is just a very strong ability, and even if you don't use him in Clan Boss, you will definitely find a use for this guy somewhere else, I would assume. So I would definitely pick him up. But let's take a look at what this soul stone is going to be, and then I'll let you guys go. What is that? Ill Nomad, no thank you. We actually still have quite some goodies in here. I managed to pick up one of these, a 6-star Calco. Now I just need a champion, right? Or a Baron would be nice as well. A Yuzan I actually picked up from the shop since I knew I was going to get one. I just figured, you know, let me just buy this real quick and then we will guarantee to have one, right? So yeah, guys, that was it. Thank you again for joining me this week. If you have not seen my video yesterday, there's a video out to actually give away the HH challenge account. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested in that. And that will probably be, the lottery for that will probably be one of these days this weekend. So definitely check out the channel if you are interested in that account. And other than that, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.